In this video, I'll show you how to work with inventory write-off document. It is usually created to register the absence of goods that are not available anymore in the warehouse, as it was revealed during the stock taking process. It could happen by any of the following reasons, that is, the goods were stolen, lost, or damaged, or have past expiration dates. You can write off the specified quantities of the item with corresponding current cost or only some amount of the cost if the item's market value becomes lower than their cost. To access the inventory write-off document, go to Warehouse, open Inventory Write-off Documents from Stock Taking Documents. To manually create a new document of inventory write-off type, click the Create button on the toolbar. Once the form opens, fill in the required tabs, that is the Main tab and the Inventory tab. In the Main tab, it provides information on an inventory write-off. You can create a document of this type manually or generate it based on the inventory reconciliation or a project. The Warehouse field is required. If the multiple warehouse option is selected on, here you can select the warehouse for the write-off. Enable the option amount only to indicate that only the amount will be write-off to expense. It might be needed if the goods were issued from the warehouse to be returned to the supplier, while the additional expenses acquired on the supply are still included in the cost of inventory. Firstly, I will show you an example without enabling the option amount only. In the correspondence field, select a GL account to be used to record the expenses associated with the warehouse or inventory. You can choose from the available GL accounts by using the option Show All and choose the relevant GL account. In the expense item field, select an expense item associated with this write-off. In the business activity field, select a business activity associated with the write-off, warehouse or inventory. In the department field, you can specify the department responsible for this write-off. This field is not available if the selected warehouse is of the department type. In this case, the department warehouse will be automatically specified as the element of analytics. In the entity field, select the legal entity of your organization which is responsible for this document. The basis field is populated automatically if this inventory write-off was generated on the basis of inventory reconciliation or project. If needed, you can manually select the basis document from the list of the supplier's documents available, and the necessary data will be copied to the inventory tab. In this example, I shall not choose any basis document. In the comment text box, you can provide any additional information about this document. Once the main tab is filled, move on to the inventory tab. The inventory tab includes the list of goods written off from the warehouse. If you're manually creating this document, add the items to be written off one by one. To add an inventory item, click on Add option, choose the item. In the characteristics column, you can specify additional properties such as size, color, and so forth of each listed items if the use characteristics option is enabled under the master data of an item. If it's not enabled, you can keep it empty. In the batch column, you can specify the batch or a lot number for the items for which the use batches option is selected. Generally, you must specify batch number for the items with expiration dates, items received from consignment or third-party contract warehouse. In the serial number column, you can provide the serial number of the items according to the quantity of the item. Serial numbers are required only if the control stock balance by serial number option is selected from administration, purchasing, and warehouse. Moving back to the inventory write-off document, the quantity and unit of measure column are available only if the amount only checkbox is disabled. If the columns are available, you can specify the item quantity and the unit of measure for each line item. In the project column, specify a project to which the written off items are related. The column is available if the project cost functionality is turned on. The GL account column is populated with the default GL accounts to be used for the writing of inventory. If needed, you can select another account from the drop-down or the available GL accounts in the list. Once the tabs are filled, check the details and post the document. To check the detail of the entry created, refer View Transaction Details. The entry will be debit other operating expense and credit will be goods. You can refer the report balance of inventory from purchasing. Choose the item, double-click on the amount or the average cost price, go to the recorder to have a detailed report of the transaction, that is by its quantity, amount, and the average cost per item, per transaction. You can see the quantity value has decreased, the amount value has decreased, and an average cost price is calculated based on this final figure. In case you recorded an inventory write-off with amount, the quantity will not be affected and the cost price variance can be corrected. For example, moving back to the document, clear post the document document, check the report again, go back to the document. In the main tab, enable the option amount only. Here you can see the quantity column will be removed and amount column will appear. Fill the data as required and post the document. Once the details are filled, go back to balance of inventory document. You can see the quantity will be remaining same and the amount will be decreased, affecting the average cost price. That's how the item's cost value is reduced as per the market value using the inventory write-off document. Thanks for watching the video.